Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma and today we are in the moon garden and we're going to help her go to sleep. She doesn't have to go to sleep, she needs to go to bed. She's getting tired and it's making me cranky. So, I've got some annuals that we're going to pull out of here. We have perennials that I'm going to take out of containers and put out into the garden and just do a general cleanup. We're going to remove the wooden moon phases because they're wood and I don't want them to just be saturated in rain all winter long. As well as the table also is wood. We'll bring that in for the winter. Yeah, just take care of things and help her go night-night. That's what we're up to today. So what I'm going to work on is eventually I will take down these snapdragons. I'm just going to put them in a vase. We're going to pull out this Supertunia. We're going to transplant these 3 plants. We're going to take this iris out and put it out in the garden. We're going to move these pincushion flowers out of here. We're going to clean up that pot, take down the wooden moon phases, and we're going to take out the super bells, and we're going to transplant the Gaura out into the garden. You can see these still have color on them, but they're really stringy and leggy. It's just time to get rid of them. I really like these ones though. They did really well this year.
They did.
Blue making sure.
Yeah, that's right. Turtle there. I get it. Got moved after you. I'm cut my hair.
Oh. Ha! Well, that's one way to do it. I don't know if this will just fit in there or not.
Looks like it's too big here. That's huge.
It's something to look at.
Yeah.
Pansies.
Really.
Man, how deep is this thing?
Wow.
I'm gonna put this in the butterfly garden, I think. Or in the front yard. It's pretty big. What, honey?
You're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we use that?
do this. Babe.
Ah, it all hit.
Well, now we don't have to worry about putting new soil in this next year.
Right.
So, this is the clematis. And
Okay. Okay.
this is only one summer. The irises were in that container for 2 years, maybe 3. But this was in that the other container for one
Just
season.
one
We planted
season,
it
yeah.
in like April.
That's the Bacoa, the long one, right?
This is the Proven Winners Superstorm or something like that.
Bacoa?
Barcopa. Uh-huh. It's the only one that we got like that. The other
Yeah.
ones are different. A
Generic.
different variety.
Yeah, just generic.
Well, those... yeah, I think those are generic too. I don't know.
Is Bacoa perennial?
Yeah,
Is it really?
it'll winter over in our garden.
Oh.
It'll show some winter stress, this bronzing.
Yeah.
We'll just cut it back.
I
It'll
see.
flush back out
I
next
did
year.
not know. I did not know. Good idea. Some nice glasses.
Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to leave the snapdragons because they're looking really good and they have tons of buds on them. I'm going to leave them and see how long they perform. I'm hoping to get some seeds from them so I can collect seeds, and that's fine. I took down the Supertunia Midnight and popped these pansies up here. These pansies were in this container last winter. I put them in that container and put them down here. They bloomed all summer long, and so I'm just gonna leave them up there until they're done living their life, I guess. They're happy enough and gives me a little bit of color through fall anyway. This container completely emptied out. The 3 plants that were in there were totally root bound. The whole thing came out. You probably saw that. We'll just leave that empty for the winter. This container had 4 heuchera and a huge clump of iris, plus the clematis, and a hosta that we lost. So I think the hosta was gone because it was just so overcrowded in there, but the irises had taken over the entire pot. I pulled the whole thing out. It was just all roots. So this pot got all new soil. I replanted the clematis, and I put the Bacopa. This is the Snowstorm Giant Snowflake Bacopa from Proven Winners. And it was in this container. It will winter over for me. So I put it in there, cut it back a little bit so it can rejuvenate. And then over here, we pulled out the Supertunia Mini Vista Whites and any Dusty Miller that didn't look good. These Dusty Millers have some new growth on them, so I will probably be taking cuttings from them soon, just not today. And then I repositioned this Osteospermum. It was back in the back. I brought it into the middle, and then next year it will flush back. So I'm gonna let it do its thing for a little bit longer, and then we'll cut it down and it'll come back next year. Then over in this container, I pulled the guara out. It's gonna go somewhere in the landscape, and I put the double up white begonias that were in that container in here. There was also one hiding in the Supertunias, so that little guy is right there. So I put all 3 here and then left the Bacopa that was in here, and just cut it back a little bit and so it can flush back out. When the begonias are done blooming, I'll cut those down, and they will also winter over for me in my garden. And then Spencer took down all of our ornamental things. We had wind chimes and the wire baskets. I took the plants out, and then he took the baskets and the coconut core liner, and stored them away, and took down the wooden moons and the wooden table and got that all out of here so it can winter in the garage and not get any damage from the rain. We have a few other garden tasks that we want to tackle up here in the backyard this afternoon, and we're just going to be cutting down some things that are tired, and then we'll plant out the iris, the heuchera, and the guara. The heuchera are just going to go down in the lower garden where all the rest of the heuchera is. I will just plant, there's two plants of 2 varieties. So there's 4 plants together. And so we'll just plant them with their like variety downstairs. And the iris, I think it's going to go out by the creek somewhere. And we haven't decided exactly where the guara is going to go. It wants full sun. So those will get planted later this afternoon. We probably won't show that in the video. Just know that we are going to be replanting them and using them in the landscape. That is going to do it for our moon garden video this week. I hope that you're celebrating your life, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.